happy Father's Day. First off, this is Close to Death, and Selena Roane is your host. I have probably one of the best fathers that I actually know personally. Parent of the Year 3 times in a row because he rocks. And from Deep South Paranormal, Randy Hardy. How you doing tonight, Randy?
I'm doing awesome. How you doing? Thank you for that, too.
Hey, no problem. I'm impressed, with guys that actually take a big part in their kids' lives. Some kids don't have that, so I look up to you for that. Hats off, and happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Hope you had a good one.
Very much, yes, absolutely.
So, a little stressful getting everything worked out, but hey, man, it's clear video. It looks good. Like all the tats going on.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you know me. You can always count on me to be a wee bit late,
Yeah, that's all right. Hey, better late than never. And what do they say? Save the best for last. So I guess if you're 2 minutes later.
That's right. You said that.
So before we start off, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about who Randy Hardy is? Like I know everybody knows you're complete New Orleans. So go ahead and tell them.
Absolutely, man. Born and raised in New Orleans. My whole family. I mean, we go back hundreds of years here. And the paranormal thing is big down here too, So that played a big role in my life personally, because all the voodoo, hoodoo, or whatnot around here. But the main thing about Randy Hardy is being a father. 9 years ago, man, that's the first time I held my baby girl, and my whole life has changed since then. So that's my main focus in life, above and beyond everything, And without her, honestly, I don't think the show and just me being successful would have ever been possible. So I thank my daughter most of all, for all the success I've had over the past, 9 years. It's all on her.
Yeah, it's amazing what children can do to your life. Your life changes and you don't get to get as wild and crazy as you used to because you have to be responsible for another human being now. And it does change your world, but it also, like you said, it makes things change because of the motivation you have then, because you do have that kid to take care of and all that. So, and she's adorable, by the way. I saw the pictures of you guys today. I swear to God, those are so cool. I was like, those right there, she will treasure forever. Forever and ever. Those are good pictures.
She had a little appearance on the last show. Remember that?
Yeah, she did. She made a little cameo.
Yeah.
She gonna be something else. I hope you know that.
Oh yeah, I'm already dealing with that attitude, man. She's 9 going on 36. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, I got a 12-year-old thinks he's my dad. He thinks he's 40 years old, and he's like, excuse me, I've been trying to call you for like 30 minutes. Why have you not picked up your phone? And you were supposed to be home like an hour ago. And I'm like, okay, Dad, chill out, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
So with Deep South Paranormal, tell us how all that came to pass. Because, man, I'm telling you, there's a lot of teams, a lot of paranormal investigators out there who would, give their right leg to have a chance to have a show like that. So tell us a little bit about how that came to pass.
Yeah, man, honestly, we got lucky, I guess. Because me and Kevin, we got into the whole thing together, and it was all about proving each other wrong, because I didn't believe in it, he did, and we would argue back and forth, and we said, let's go try it on our own. So we did. And needless to say, I found out I was wrong, pretty quick. But as soon as that happened, we pretty much, right after we did one or two things, we said, let's start making some videos on YouTube, And so we started to do that. And when I say started, I literally mean started. We did one video on YouTube. And next thing you know, it wasn't but a couple weeks later, we get a call, and actually it was a voicemail that was left on email on Kevin's computer, and said it was from Sci-Fi and whatnot, and he blew it off as a joke, He's like, that's probably just somebody messing around or some kind of junk mail, And then next thing you know, he gets another one, so he's like, well, let me call, So he called, thank God. And when he called, he realized, that this was serious, and basically it was them saying, hey, we saw you guys on YouTube. We love y'all. We want to put y'all on TV. How you feel about that? Okay.
That's stupid.
It really happened just that fast, too. It seemed like as soon as we started doing videos and whatnot, which was a while after we started investigating, but not too long. So, I feel we got lucky, but hey, people got an eye for talent, I guess.
Hey, you know, when you got the charm, you got the charm. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of things happen for me. You know, I hadn't been doing the paranormal all that long, like 2 and 3 years, and you know, I was watching Brad and Barry and stuff like that, and you know, it got me really hooked. And then Ghost Hunters and adventures and all that stuff, and when I started going out investigating, you know, I never in my wildest dreams would think that Brad and Barry would ask me to do a project and me end up getting to work with Chip Coffey. It's like, why me? You know what I'm saying? Y'all meet thousands of people all the time. Why me? And they just said, I don't know, you just got that thing. I don't know what it is, but it works. So we want it to work with us. And I'm like, all right, so that's how shadows happen, you know? And then everything just kind of met Chip and became friends with Chip, and then met all these amazing people along the way. And it's kind of how you guys got around to meet all the cool people you've gotten to meet.
Absolutely.
I mean, all these paracons and stuff.
Especially Chip, man. I love Chip. That's a cool guy, man. He's definitely one of my favorites. No disrespect to anybody else, but Chip's definitely one of my favorites, man. I got to know him real good, you know, and yeah, I like that guy. Like I say. I'm not putting too many details, but I like that guy. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah, because he definitely never has a loss for any kind of words. He never minces words.
No.
And he'll pretty much tell it like it is.
Right.
You know, sorry if I offend anybody, but here it is.
And I love that, man, because, I mean, that's pretty much how I am, too. Everybody who knows me knows that, you know. So I think that's why me and Chip, you know, kind of clicked so well, you know, when I did meet him. So, yeah, nothing but good time. But met a whole lot of good people, you know, a lot of good people.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, speaking of the shadows on 66, we really don't have a lot of detail right now, but I know that you and I want to go check out the Bordello. The Bordello in Galena, Kansas, which is what, you know, the thing is, I showed you pictures and you're going, dude, that place is freaking awesome. The pictures actually do it no justice. And people, like, I think Russ had 38 people there for the full moon investigation. Of course, I know we had to rotate people in and out, but I can't wait for you to go to the Bordello and see, first off, how cool the townspeople are. Second off, just how awesome and beautiful the actual Bordello is. And then third, because I know you are like me, you like to actually investigate alone. So I can't wait to see you being male, what you can pick up in there, because it's going to be pretty cool. So that thing is what I'm looking most forward to as far as you and I investigating is the Bordello together. And to the subject of you investigating together, tell us why you, from your perspective, like to do that, as opposed to being with 5 or 6 other people in the room.
Honestly, I mean, I feel personally that if you have a bunch of people in a room, that's obviously more noise, you know, right off the bat. Even if you're trying to be quiet, you're human, you're going to make noise. Even if your stomach growls, something always happens, you know. So you wind up picking up these things on EVP, and you're over here, and they're over there. So, you know, you don't know if that was this or this was that. When you're in a room by yourself, I mean, completely by yourself, away from everybody else, but you know for a fact you cannot hear them, your equipment's not going to pick them up, then it's legit, you know. And I also feel, I mean, let's be honest, you do it too. When you're by yourself in one of these dark rooms, you know, and you know things that happen there, you heard these stories, to me, it's a little adrenaline rush, you know, it really is when I'm by myself, you know. I mean, I like that feeling, you know. I mean, maybe I'm crazy, but that gives me a rush. My body doesn't accept it as fear, you know. My body accepts it as, let's do this, like adrenaline.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, this is from personal experience, doing it by myself so much, because that's what that's my thing, you know, is I've felt I've gotten better evidence. You know, I wouldn't say more, but better evidence by myself. You know, why? I don't know. Maybe the spirits get overwhelmed with all these people, you know, who knows?
Yeah.
And when you're one-on-one, maybe they feel they can connect with you. That's me just, you know, shooting out the cannon with it, but who knows, you know, but I do enjoy doing it by myself.
Yeah, so do I. I think because the reason I enjoy it is similar to your reasoning, but I have that added being an empath thing to where I can actually feel emotions, and if I have 5 or 6 different people in the room going, oh shit, did you see that shadow? Or, oh damn, did you hear that? And it just messes with me. I can't focus well enough to actually feel if there is an actual spirit, or if I'm picking up Joe's over here, having bad gas. I'm not sure, but so I need to be by myself, because it can be overwhelming to somebody that can pick up on everybody's shit. So when you're by yourself in a location, yes, it's an adrenaline rush, because it's like your hair moves and you're like, whoa, it puts you, I don't know, it's just a tingly feeling I get all over my body, and some people can't understand it because they think we're insane in the membrane for going in these places in the first place. But you know what? Yeah, I'm crazy. I got paperwork to prove it. So, I mean, what who cares,
Right, yeah. Oh, you got
I want answers.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie though, but we got one coming up, me and you. You're gonna be with me on this Andrew Jackson deal, and that's gonna be cool. I found, because people don't realize we know each other very well, but never investigated together. So
no,
I wait for that, man. That's gonna be kicking the ass right there.
Oh, I'm telling you, that's what I'm looking forward to. The Hart thing. He's so funny, man. I mean, Chris was saying something online yesterday about somebody saying something, and Hart goes, hey man, I got a good idea, get a damn life. So this character right here is gonna be, I can't wait to meet Hart, and me doing Hart mixed up, that could be a real scary situation right there all in itself.
I'm petrified. Look, I talk to Hart a lot, okay? I talk to Hart almost every day, he calls me every day with something, and I only pick up on like 3/4 of what he's saying, so I'm gonna tell you, a conversation with Hart, and in person too, what it is every 10 words you might get 2. So what you gotta do is kind of cut and paste everything together and get an idea of what he's talking about, but it's funny, it makes you, people don't realize, it makes you smarter hanging around Hart, because it makes you figure out shit that computers can't figure out, you know what I mean? So I feel smarter when I'm around Hart,
He's like one of the Earth's mysteries, and we're trying to piece it together and figure him out.
Yeah, he's gonna kill me when he sees this video, but he knows it's true. So
he's probably gonna kill me with his gree stick when he meets me, because I always thought, just like I told you when we met, I'm like, what is it with that gree stick, and you go, I don't know what the hell, but I know the shit he does works. So hey, I ain't knocking him, nothing he does, but one of my favorite episodes of Deep South had to have been just your facial expressions alone when Hart started sucking the breath out of the frogs, and you were like, you gonna suck frogs what? And he said breath, and you go, breath? Why? It was just,
I thought he said breath at first, and then I got the breath part, but I didn't. I mean, that part right there should show that our show was not scripted. It was not, there's no lines to read. There's no, y'all do this and do that. No, it's roll them cameras and y'all do y'all, because that was I had no clue he was about to do that. He's like,
you could tell.
In his mouth. None at all. Yeah,
your face was like, dude, do you have that frog? Are you like mugging down with that frog? That is so disgusting. Right.
Yeah, I don't know. That was crazy. That's one of the craziest things I've seen him do. That I can mention on this interview.
Yeah, exactly. you won't get your butt in trouble. So what exactly were some of your coolest experiences that you've had doing this paranormally investigating stuff?
Honestly, the coolest experience has been so far been meeting people like you. I mean, being on TV is cool and all, I mean, I don't get all woo about it, all famous, I don't get like that, it's meeting the experiences I take with me, getting to go in these cool places that nobody's ever been before, being the first person to investigate something that people have always wanted to investigate, and like I said, the people, hearing your stories, hearing Chip's stories, just getting to talk to these people, and, the people that's been in the game a lot longer than me, is finding out their experiences, and they get to help me out, and give me pointers and whatnot. That's the most thing I take away from it, like that's meant the most to me so far.
Me too, and the shadows thing, the making the documentary and stuff like that. And not a whole lot of people know about it because it didn't get the marketing and all that it probably should have. But being on Shadows was cool, and it kind of catapulted me into my next level of being in the paranormal. But that is exactly the same reason I love the paranormal. I got into it to help people and all that good stuff, but the bonuses about it was meeting folks like Chip, you, Kevin, Chris, Lisa Martin, just I could go on and on and on. The people that I've met that are so entirely just too cool. And the journey that I've been on since then, and I learned from each different person something new. And that's what I take away from it. And also going to the places on my bucket list, it's like 3 pages long. It doesn't hurt when somebody's going, oh, well, we're going to fly you over here and you're going to do this. I mean, that's pretty sweet.
Yes.
So my goal is to go back to Galena, and I want to do the bordello, the justice, and give it the respect that it deserves, because that place, it not only holds a special place in my heart, but I feel there's so many things left unanswered. And so that's something that we'll talk about in 2 weeks when I get down there. But just know, people, that the bordello will get more attention here soon. Lots more. I mean, I can't believe how popular it has taken off already in the last 2 months. And it should get that respect. So one thing I wanted to talk to you about is the Andrew Jackson event. What can people expect from the Andrew Jackson event? I know, we can't command the spirits to do things on, like we want them to, when we want them to, but tell us a little bit about the Andrew Jackson.
Well, first, the history of that place goes way back, a lot longer than any of us, so there's a lot of history there. And what they can expect from that, though, well, first of all, this is actually the first time that the public has had a chance to do a full investigation with us. That's never happened before. So everybody who's going to be there, this is their first time. We've done, you've seen, we've done little events where we might investigate for, 2 hours or whatever, or, like little short things like that, but never a full-on, all-night investigation. That's never happened with the public before. So they could expect that, first of all, so that whoever's going, that's first. So they need to, hopefully they feel a little excited about that.
Special about that.
Hopefully, maybe not, hopefully. But, and the thing is I personally, I've never investigated it. I've been in Andrew Jackson many times, but I've never investigated it at all. Mm-hmm. So as far as the paranormal, I don't know what to expect. It's new for me too, just like it is for everybody else. As many times I've been in that place, never investigated it, I've actually never stepped foot in there at night. Every time I've been in there, it's been during the day, So that's pretty cool that I'm going to get to experience exactly what everybody else is, and it's going to be new. And they need to expect a whole lot of heart. He's going to be around that place like the little, remember, the little Tasmanian devil that flies around? That's what we called him when we were filming. I swear, that was his nickname. He's
all over the place.
He was all over the place. That dude, me and him was probably up for grabs with the most edited people on that show.
F-bomb and
it is what it is,
That's right.
And he was edited for the pure and simple fact he was just too crazy, He was just too all over and talking, and you couldn't understand him. You couldn't even
subtitle that crap.
You couldn't even do that with him, because he didn't even know what he was saying. So, but they could expect a lot of fun, because if whoever's seen the show, I'm sure everybody who's come and seen the show, they see, we take it real serious, we do, but we do have a lot of fun when we're doing this, and then add Kevin and Chris to the equation. Hey, how could it not be a good time? You've had the chance to hang with, Kevin, Chris, myself, and then throwing hard in that people can expect a whole lot of fun, because we're going to have fun, but we're going to get serious when it counts. But the thing is, y'all got us all night, so we got time to do everything. We got time to get to know y'all when y'all get there. Well, not you, I already know you, but time to get to know everybody, when they get there. We can do that, then the ghost hunt. So there's levels to this thing. We're gonna go single one of them.
Well, we get to start our levels a little sooner because we're gonna get in there on Thursday, probably about if we don't have to stop and make P stops. Like I got 4 women in the car, so good luck getting there in 8 hours without stops. Yeah, I'm good. I'm like a NASCAR driver. I can go for a long, long time. But some of these winches, I got pee every 2 minutes, so I'm like, I better stick that shit out the window because we gonna keep rolling. I'm ready to get there.
Tell them duck this bottle to their leg, run a hose. You know what I mean? Hey.
One of them, what was that called? That thing that you can stand up and pee. What was that thing? It was so weird. I can't remember what they call that. I don't even want none of that.
But you got me thinking.
But so while we're there. And while everyone else is there at Andrew Jackson, if you come in a night before, you need to check out your family's little establishment called Pink Street Pub. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Pink Street Pub? Because they need to check that place out while they're there.
Yeah, that's a family bar. That bar has been in our family over 60 years, which is how things work down here. Down here, you don't go buy businesses. They're handed down, everything. I mean, everything stays in the family around here. So. But the bar, like I said, been in the family over 60 years. It's a cool spot. It's really big. It has mostly it can be compared to Cheers. Remember that show Cheers, where everybody knows everybody? That's what kind of place it is. It's a neighborhood bar. It's not a nightclub or anything. It's a neighborhood bar where everybody's friendly. Everybody knows everybody. Never no trouble in there, because if there is, I don't play that shit. You go. I hold a record too of kicking people out of there. Let that be known. I don't let that goes down there. I'm not gonna let people disrespect my grandfather's name. My grandfather, he didn't even let people curse in that place. Now that's not me, because I'd have to kick myself out. But yeah, and it's not too far. But everybody is more than welcome to come, and stay as long as they like, And I already told you, I got with all these people. I got their first round, it's on me. But we don't want to do that for too long, because if we do that for too long, then people are gonna get silly. We're gonna find out sides about people that may not be supposed to be found out about.
Well, we got to keep Nasty under control. You know what I'm saying? We gotta keep her under wraps because she just gets out of control. Yeah, and you ain't even met my cousin yet, and she's an angel, right? But already know about, you already know about a little bit of us anyway, but we get a little bit buck-ass wild when we let our hair down. I let my hair down all the time.
Hey, I already know, trust me. I totally forgot about Nasty. I can't be brought up. Good God, every other word out of mouth.
And every thought that come out of her head was, Nasty! And that's how she got the nickname Nasty.
You're going to watch that. You're going to have to keep an eye on that one.
I know. And it ain't been easy, man. We've been friends since I was 15 years old.
Oh.
And, we lost contact for, quite a few years. But when my mom passed away in 2004, she was one of the first people that came to me after not talking for all those years and said, you need help? I'm here for you, man. And I mean, that's the kind of friends that when you treat people right and are a good friend to them, that's the kind of stuff you end up with. I've got friends since I was 5 years old. Mama taught me how to be a good friend. You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm sure you and Kevin are tight, because if somebody jacks with Kevin, pity the fool. That's all.
Hey, he already
pity your friend.
He's like that with me. We got each other. That's one thing about me and Kevin. We got each other's back for sure. That's something. Even when it comes down to business deals and whatnot, we always got each other's back first and foremost. And I let people know, people I'm doing business with. Look, that's my partner. That's what I started this with. That's what I'm gonna finish it with. So yeah, I'll work with you. But if you want me to do anything that disrespects my partner or goes against him in any way, I ain't doing it.
Right.
Because you're in the business. I've gotten offers from people. He's gotten offers from people where they may want us to kind of turn our back on the other. No, that's not happening. We're from the South. We cut a little different than everybody else. So
yeah, I know the feeling.
That ain't happening. They could. I'll swerve that right away. But
Yeah. Well, so that's why when I approached you to say, you know what, I kind of want to work with you guys. I don't know what sci-fi's doing, so that's kind of, I know the audience is dying to know what is sci-fi doing. Are they getting up off their ass and renewing Deep South, because everybody's wanting it back? So what's going on with that?
Uh,
I did.
I'll tell you, I'll tell you right now, and whoever's listening, we done canceled our contracts with them. That sci-fi, we're not coming back on sci-fi. Now I don't know if we're coming back somewhere else. You know, that's up in the air. We don't know for sure about that, but I can tell you now, we probably won't be on sci-fi. At least, no, let me rephrase that. Deep South Paranormal with us, that whole group, won't be on sci-fi anymore. You know, now as far as anything else, who knows? You know, but as far as Deep South, that one particular show that y'all saw, that won't be on sci-fi.
Damn. See, a lot of people are upset now, and it's not at y'all because y'all can't help it. Let me explain to the audience real quick. And I'm not trying to take up for the Clean Brothers or anything else, because you know they're big boys, they can take up for themselves. But when you're dealing with networks, and I'm not only hearing it from you, you know that and the way you said it, we ain't gonna be on sci-fi. The networks have a way of luring these guys in and promising them the world, and then they want to change your show. They want to change the way you do things, and then they just drop you if you don't agree. They won't renew you. It's I don't know. It's pretty bad. That's why I really don't want to deal with networks, because the project that I have that I want to do has nothing to do with the network.
Right.
And it's because of the people that have been bitten so hard. And what I've been told is the paranormal and the TV thing are going to come to a pretty much halt. It's starting to die down a little bit. Even Ghost Adventures doesn't have the the ratings that it had.
Right.
You got to come up with something different. You know, Ghost Mine's not getting renewed either. You know, it's just the way things go in waves. And I'm thinking, you know, if they come across something that's pretty badass they've never seen before, I don't know that a network I would want to go to, but I want to do it kind of on my own.
Right.
And see how it goes first. And then if somebody offers me a shit ton of money, then we'll have to talk.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to make no mistake about it. I appreciate everything sci-fi did for us. You know, I do. They put us out there. You know.
Yeah.
I'll forever respect the people that I met personally through sci-fi. You know, I always have respect for them. You know, so it's just one of those things. It is what it is. You know, and it just didn't work out as far as Deep South Paranormal on sci-fi. You know, that just didn't work out. But you never know where we might be, what we might do. You know, who knows.
Exactly, and that's something I know we really can't go into detail, but what plans do you have just for the summer? What are you just planning to do for the summer? I know you're going to be making some appearances some places and things like that. Where can people actually get to see you in person? Because let me just tell everybody, one thing I love about Randy is that, and I said one, but one thing I love about Randy is that he is a real guy. He's not an egotistical, all about himself kind of guy. He's a regular kind of guy that will talk to any fan. He won't be an ass. He won't refuse photos or autographs or whatever. I mean, that's what I really look up to you and Kevin, and the way y'all handle yourselves as far as the fans. You don't have a fan page or anything like that, but tell people where they can actually see you in person and talk to you and everything, because I know you're making some appearances this year.
Yeah, we got one in Mississippi coming up. I'll find out the date in a second.
October 3rd through the 5th.
There you
I'll help you out.
Oh yeah, there we go. But yeah, we'll be there. That's actually supposed to be really fun, because that one's a little different. That one, normally these events we do, we go there. I mean, you know how they work. We go there, pretty much go to our room, you know, go out to eat or whatever with the people. Next day, we sit at the booth, you know, most of the day and sign autographs and take pictures and whatnot. And then when that's done, you know, you kind of mosey on back to your hotel. This thing is different, and it's because it's in the South, of course. But
That's right.
there's gonna be things going on every day, all day. I mean, they doing like this costume type deal where you dress up as your favorite like old scary movie character or whatever, and they doing a viewing of The Shining, the original Shining. Wow, it's going on a big old screen in this really nice place. They doing this like ball type deal. But then after that's just the first night. Then after that, you got these VIP dinners that regular people can come to, which I really like. And then that night you got some sort of investigation that's going to go on, and this is all before you even go to your booth and do all these autographs and all. I think it's 3-4 days of just things going on and on and on the whole time. But anybody can be there. Like everybody's welcome. Which brings what you said about the fans. I don't understand. I'm not mentioning any names. I don't understand how people could disrespect their fans. I mean, without them, you would not be who you are. Without the fans, you wouldn't be that person that's able to think you're cocky and better than everybody. And you're going to disrespect the person that put you there. That I don't understand that. That blows my mind. I have never once turned a fan down, and I never will, because without them, who are we? Nobody, And who are you to think you're better than that person when that person basically made your career for you?
Yeah.
So are you going to disrespect that person who made you? Come on, man. Like I said, I ain't mentioning the name, but
I know exactly a few just like that, that forgets what all made them who they are. That nobody would even know who they were without the fans making them that way.
Right.
I don't have a big fan base, because I didn't have a TV show. But the thing is, when I meet people, they don't dislike me because I actually treat them with respect. I talk eye to eye with them. I shake hands. I have signed a few autographs because some people do know what Shadows is. And I have done that, but I will never, ever be rude to anyone who comes up to ask me something or talk to me. I'm just not egotistical like that. So I think that's why me and you, besides all the other stuff that we have in common, that blows my mind. I'm like, how in the hell are we so much alike? Just like you said, how the hell you just like me and you've never been to New Orleans before? And I'm like, I have no idea.
Right.
I've totally wanted to go to New Orleans, but just never had the opportunity. So in 2 weeks, that's when we're going to have so much fun.
No excuses no more. No more that it's happening now. But I think that's just a testament of being from the South, though. Because, I mean, doing what I do, I've met a lot of people. I've been a lot of places everywhere. I've been everywhere now, and the people are different in other places. And I mean, really, I'm not saying they're bad people. Not at all. But they're very different than we are. Like, it just seems like we take that extra time. We take that extra step with people. We let you get in, like you said, the Facebook page. We don't have a fan page. Me, Kevin, everybody on the show has a normal Facebook that's just like the fan that we shaking hands with. They can send us a friend request. We will accept it. We will talk to you, And some people do I'm not gonna lie, some people do get angry with me sometimes because they say, why you don't answer? Dude, I get a lot of messages in a day, a lot. I don't have time to sit there. The best way to get at me, just for people to know, is not a private message. That's out of control. Post it right on my page, or just write my name and a question on your page. That's the best way to get me to see it and answer it,
Yeah, because I'm sure I've been reading every time I post the graphics for the show. I get a lot of girls going, woo-wee, and I bet you get so many offers to dates and going out, and can you take me here and take me there? I'm sure you probably had a stalker or two, who knows, but they get a little crazy sometimes, so you guys letting pretty much anybody on your page is pretty brave.
Yeah, needless to say, I've then had to block a few, that's happened, because they get silly, like, you don't send pictures of yourself to a stranger, I don't think anybody with a little respect for themselves would do that, You know, so yeah, I've had yeah. I don't even want to look into it, man. That's like a nightmare for me, man. All these, you know. But you know what? I love my female fans. I do. I think they're all beautiful. You know, I really do. They're all beautiful in their own special way, and some of them a little crazier than others. Some of them a little milder than others. But you know what? I love them all, honestly, because honestly, they made me personally, you know, have a little something, you know, going. You know what I mean? That's
yeah, it helps your self-esteem a little bit. Get you umpy swagger, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't have a problem in that department, but I'm just saying they put me basically in places that some of the other paranormal investigators aren't known. You know, they kind of put me in these different groups that, you know, some people aren't known, you know? So, yeah, I love them all, though. I really do, man. I have nothing but respect for my fans. It's in them, too, you know? Hey, some of them are just a little outspoken that say if they want something, they're gonna let you know about it, you know?
Some women, boy, trust me, I've been getting some, which is funny because when they see some pictures or whatever, like I got a couple of weird private messages about, oh, your hair is so cute, and I'm like, well, thank you, and then I kind of let it roll, and then it got a little deeper and deeper, and I was like, you know, I'm married, right? Like, like for 18 years, and she's really cool, but, you know, she will tell a bitch, she will cut a bitch, and to back off if she has to. Normally all is good. Oh, we have a question for you in the chat room real quick. What did it take to change your mind and make you realize that paranormal activity is a real phenomenon? And do you remember a specific moment, or was it gradual?
No.
Were you went from a skeptic to a believer?
One thing happened, you know, and it got more and more after that. But the first thing that happened is me and Kevin was in it was St. Louis #1. No, I'm sorry, it was Lafayette #1, which is one of our oldest cemeteries out here. And as everybody knows, in New Orleans, nobody's buried beneath the ground. All our graves are above ground, you know, it's tombs. So me and Kevin were doing something in there, and I'm still, 100%, this is bullshit. This is fake. This is not real. Everything you see is fake. So we walking through, doing our thing, and we stumble upon this tomb that's, you know, that's open. So obviously they must have took the front off and took the caskets out to be moved. Maybe the people moved out of state and wanted to take their family members with them or whatnot, whatever. You never know with that, you know? So I see this thing open, and when I say open, it's a hole about 4 foot by 4 feet. There's two of them, one at the top, one at the bottom. And they're about 16 to 18 feet deep. And like I said, 4 foot around. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to climb in that thing and do an EVP session. I said, but when I go in, I want you, Kevin, and we had 2 other people with us. I said, I want y'all to go way on the other side of the cemetery where I cannot hear y'all. I can't hear a peep from y'all, and be quiet. So they went, and I waited, and Kevin set up a camera at the foot of it. Now, all this stuff is way down there where I can't reach it. You know, the EVP, everything, the voice recorder, everything's where I can't reach it. I'm 18 foot back, and this stuff's way by the front, all pointing at me. So I'm doing an EVP session. I waited for them to go. I'm doing it, and nothing's happening. I'm getting so bored. I'm thinking, you know, even on the video, I'm like, why am I even sitting in here? This is so stupid. You know, nothing's going to happen. This is all bullcrap. And, nothing physically happened. But at one point, towards the end, when I was about to get out, I asked the question. I said, if you want me to leave, tell me to leave. And I heard nothing, you know, so I got bored. I got out. But when we got home, it was the next day, actually, we started listening to that. So when I said, if you want me to leave, tell me to leave, as I'm saying my last word, leave, tell me to leave, this creepy, and it was pretty loud, this creepy, like, whisper, and it's loud, like I said, said, leave now, you know, and I knew, for the first time I knew, nobody was around me, it was just me, I could see, you know, there was nobody in the vicinity but me. That let me know right there, like, oh shit, like that. My hair stood up when I heard it. To this day, I still listen to that particular EVP. Like, I still listen to it, and it still creeps me out, you know. But that's what pushed me over the edge right there. That's what made me go from straight non-believer to knowing there was something, you know, there was something to be found out there.
Right. Well, because you know that there's always people that say past life, they've had past lives, and that they've reincarnated, and things like that. Of course, we're not ever alone. We always joke, and when somebody's scared and thinking this, I always mess with people and go, there's probably a spirit dog humping your leg right now, and you have no idea. And it'll kind of break the ice for them a little bit, because some people that we take on public investigations have never been on an investigation. So I try to be, serious with the rules about no provocation, don't try to do this, that, and the other, because of the rules of wherever we're at. But, to lighten up the mood, I'll always say something like that, like you never know, because spirits to me are everywhere, and this can't be all you see. It can't end when your eyes close and your heart stops beating, because you're a ball of energy, so you've got to go somewhere. Your body's just what they say, a body, a shell, your temporary place to live. So where does your energy go? Somewhere. It goes somewhere, and that's what we're searching for. The EVPs are the what do you really think are the easiest as far as getting evidence, or the best that you've had as far as evidence? Because photographic evidence is not as easy to come by.
Right.
So would you say EVPs are your best bet?
Absolutely. And video is even harder to come by than photo.
Yeah.
That's almost non-existent. If you ever get that, you might as well go to the bank, because you better cash a big check. And that's the thing. That's why there is so many non-believers out there, because they want they wanted the damn thing on video, walking up to me saying, "Hey, let me get a cigarette, bro." You know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna happen like that. But EVP is the best, and honestly, I love that way, because if just say you got a new person with you that's never done it, they don't believe it, and it's just you and that person, and you're in a room, and you get an EVP, and they know they didn't say nothing. They right next to you. You didn't say nothing, and there is a voice saying words, English words on this thing.
Yeah.
You
where'd it come from? Yeah.
Not a bad joke. If I was, you would have heard me.
Well, when we were in Missouri 2 weeks ago, or now 3 weeks ago, we were in a place called John Wise Haunted Mansion. And it's used actually for weddings and parties and stuff like that. And they let us stay there that night. Well, it's haunted. Now, underneath the stairs is a place where they used to sit with the dead back in the day before embalming, which was pretty interesting. And we're like investigating the whole house. There was only 4 of us in the house one night, and this is before everybody else arrived. And we're doing video, and we're looking at shadows walking through the doorways and stuff. And I'm like, first off, that's my shadow, because I could tell by the shape of it, and it's gray. So that's me. So we debunked that. So then we saw one more shadow, and I'm like, well, that's too small and short to be me. So it was a little child, like, peeking around, and we caught that on video. The little shadow kind of figure. Then I was walking around doing something else, moving periscopes or something like that, and you see in the doorway and the doorways in old homes are like 7 foot tall, so they're like extremely tall and wide. And this shadow stood, it was following me. For whatever reason, it was following me, and it stopped in the doorway, and you could see how tall he was, how slender he was, and he didn't have the same gray shadow that I had. It was black. Right. And he had a hat, like a real thin brimmed hat. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of got a feeling, just from everything I've researched about the place, that it was maybe a funeral director or someone who actually sat with the bodies. And that's where the wake thing comes from, where people would sit with the bodies before embalming. Sometimes they would just be sick for days or whatever, and then pop up. Well, the weird thing about that is, since I was a child, I've had nightmares about that.
Wow.
About dead people going up to them, trying to, like, pay my respects, and they pop right up out of the coffin. Right. So, that was just really weird. But the shadow figure that we caught was pretty amazing. But other than that, EVPs have been my my thing, to actually say there is something out there. Because if I go to pictures and try to, most of it is dust contaminants and all this other stuff, it's kind of pointless to me. I'll take photos because just in case, but I have taken thousands of photos and have come up with absolutely jack crap, but dorbs, you know?
Yep. Yep. I'm
Um,
agree with you 100%. I take photos too. I mean, just because you never know. You never know. And I to tell people though that's out there, amateurs that's trying to get into this, if you do take photos, please do us a favor. The people that you're gonna come at and say, hey, what is this? Do me a favor. When you take your picture, you hold your camera right here. When you snap that shot, do not move. And then take another one. Always take 2 pictures before you move an inch, because that's the only way you're really gonna know if one's different from the other in the same frame. Then there you go. You may have something, and if it's orbs, I don't put much. I don't put no play. I don't put nothing into that. I mean,
you can.
I get so many people on Facebook. Oh, the orbs and orbs. I'm like, dude, like, nah.
Don't come to it worse.
I put nothing into that at all. I mean, for you to come to me with an orb, me to think it's something, it better have a damn face in it or something. I mean, that's really the only way I'm gonna
Ain't going
to it. Yeah, it better be in there like, hey, nah, I ain't putting, I don't, orbs or dust, bugs, water vapor. There's too many different things that it could be for me to put any belief that it's paranormal.
Exactly.
Some people gotta tell themselves something to, make them believe something, and they, no, it's just stop. You know what I mean?
Stop.
Leave that alone, man. You're wasting your time on that.
Well, we are at the very end of the show. Can you, and I really appreciate you being on Father's Day and all, can you tell people how they can find you on Facebook real quick?
Yes, just my name, Randy Hardy. I got a regular Facebook page like y'all. There's no fan Facebook. No fan page you're gonna come across. You're gonna come across a regular page. So yeah, click it. That was me.
All right, cool.
For this fan page, that's regular page.
Thanks so much for being on, and I will see you in about 11 days, I do believe. We're counting down.
Absolutely, yes.
All right,
yes.
honey. Have a great rest of your evening.
All right, you too.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, that was the awesome Randy Hardy. I hope y'all got to love the show. He's one of my really, really good friends. He's actually like, I guess I could say my twin. We are so much alike in a lot of things and get along amazingly well. So I love him to pieces. I will see him June 27th at the Andrew Jackson Hotel event there in New Orleans. August 9th, Fear is hosting at the Haunted Hill House. We have 7 spots available for $20. Look on Fear's page to get the information for that. August 15th and 16th, Paranormal Palooza weekends. I've been setting up weekends going to Missouri and Kansas for less than $200. I have 2 spots left for August 15th and 16th, and first come, first serve, so grab them if you want them. They're on my page. Also, August 23rd at the Beckham Hotel in Mineola, Texas. Fear is hosting a public investigation there as well. We have only 10 tickets left as far as that goes. We will be investigating all night long at the Beckham in Mineola, and the money will go to restoration of the 3rd floor of the hotel so they can open it up in September, I believe. Now, August 30th, New Orleans, Dakota Lawrence doing 2 galleries at the Gemini, which is in the French Quarter. There'll be 25 people per gallery, one at 3 and one at 5 p.m. Tickets are $50, and the link is also on Fear Paranormal's Facebook page and our website under Events tab. If you would like to get a hold of Fear, fearparanormal.wix.com/fear-1 is our website. You can get on for Ghost Hunter Store, look up all our events, and see all the new things going on with Fear. There's also a Close to Death Facebook page. Check that out. And I would like to thank our sponsors. The first sponsor being Galena Murder Bordello in Galena, Kansas. You have got to check that place out. It is absolutely beautiful, amazing, and very, very active. The next one is Miss Hattie's Place, which is a brothel in Belton, Texas. And I personally know and got my best EVP ever out of that place, so check Miss Hattie's out. And then, finally, last but not least, is NOLA Ghost Hunting Tours. Chris Malone, Kevin Betzer, Randy Hardy, they will go on actual investigations at the Jumani with NOLA Ghost Hunting Tours. So check them out, give them a call. I don't have a show live for the next 2 weeks. Randy's show will be replayed next week, and then the Vampires, Daley and Logan South will be on the next week, and then following that, my next live show will be Miss Alyssa Onyx. That will be July 6th. Until then, you guys have a great 2 weeks, and I will see you July 6th. Peace out. Well, hello, everybody. Happy Father's Day. First off, this is Close to Death, and Selena Roane is your host. I have probably one of the best fathers that I actually know personally. Parent of the Year 3 times in a row because he rocks. And from Deep South Paranormal, Randy Hardy. How you doing tonight, Randy?
I'm doing awesome. How you doing? Thank you for that, too.
Hey, no problem. I'm impressed, with guys that actually take a big part in their kids' lives. Some kids don't have that, so I look up to you for that. Hats off, and happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
You've had a good one.
Very much, yes, absolutely.
So, a little stressful getting everything worked out, but hey, man, it's clear video. It looks good. Like all the tats going on.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you know me. You can always count on me to be a wee bit late,
Yeah, that's all right. Hey, better late than never, and what do they say? Save the best for last, so I guess if you're a couple minutes later.
That's right. You said that.
So before we start off, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about who Randy Hardy is, like I know everybody knows you're complete New Orleans, so go ahead and tell them.
Absolutely, man. Born and raised in New Orleans. My whole family. Yeah, I mean, we go back. yeah, definitely.
So with Deep South Paranormal, tell us how all that came to pass. Because, man, I'm telling you, there's a lot of teams, a lot of paranormal investigators out there who would, give their right leg to have a chance to have a show like that. So tell us a little bit about how that came to pass.
Yeah, man. Honestly, we got lucky, I guess. Because me and Kevin, we got into the whole thing together, and it was all about proving each other wrong, because I didn't believe in it. He did, and we would argue back and forth, and we said, let's go try it on our own. So we did. And needless to say, I found out I was wrong, pretty quick. But as soon as that happened, we pretty much, right after we did one or two things, we said, let's start making some videos on YouTube, And so we started to do that. And when I say started, I literally mean started. We did one video on YouTube. And next thing you know, it wasn't but a couple weeks later, we get a call, and actually it was a voicemail that was left on email on Kevin's computer, and said it was from sci-fi and whatnot, and he blew it off as a joke, He's like,
yeah.
that's probably just somebody messing around or some kind of junk mail, And then next thing you know, he gets another one, so he's like, well, let me call, So he called, thank God. And when he called, he realized, that this was serious, and basically it was them saying, hey, we saw you guys on YouTube. We love y'all. We want to put y'all on TV. How you feel about that? Okay.
That's stupid.
It really happened just that fast, too. I mean, it seemed like as soon as we started doing videos and whatnot, which was a while after we started investigating, but not too long. So, I mean, I feel we got lucky, But, hey, people got an eye for talent, I guess.
Hey, that's... when you got the charm, you got the charm, you know what I mean? Because that's kind of things happen for me. I hadn't been doing the paranormal all that long, like 2 and 3 years, and I was watching Brad and Barry and stuff like that, and it got me really hooked, and then ghost hunters and adventures and all that stuff, and when I started going out investigating, I never in my wildest dreams would think that Brad and Barry would ask me to do a project, and me end up getting to work with Chip Coffee. It's like, why me? You know what I'm saying? Y'all meet thousands of people all the time. Why me? And they just said, I don't know, you just got that thing. I don't know what it is, but it works. So we want it to work with us. And I'm like, all right, so that's how Shadows happen, you know? And then everything just kind of met Chip and became friends with Chip, and then met all these amazing people along the way. And it's kind of how you guys got around to meet all the cool people you've gotten to meet.
Absolutely.
I mean, all these Paracons and stuff.
Especially Chip, man. I love Chip. That's a cool guy, man. He's definitely one of my favorites. No disrespect to anybody else, but Chip's definitely one of my favorites, man. I got to know him real good, you know, and yeah, I like that guy. Like I say, I'm not with too many details, but I like that guy. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah, because he definitely never has a loss for any kind of words. He never minces words.
No.
And he'll pretty much tell it like it is.
Right.
You know, sorry if I offend anybody, but here it is.
100 years here. And the paranormal thing is big down here too, you know, so that played a big role in my life personally, you know, because all the voodoo, hoodoo, and whatnot around here. But the main thing about Randy Hardy is being a father, you know. 9 years ago, man, that's the first time I held my baby girl, and my whole life has changed since then, you know. So that's my main focus in life, above and beyond everything, you know. And without her, honestly, I don't think the show and just me being successful would have ever been possible. So I thank my daughter most of all, you know, for all the success I've had over the past, 9 years. You know, it's all on her.
Yeah, it's amazing what children can do to your life. Your life changes, and you don't get to get as wild and crazy as you used to, because you have to be responsible for another human being now. And it does change your world, but it also, like you said, it makes things change because of the motivation you have then, because you do have that kid to take care of and all that. So, and she's adorable, by the way. I saw the pictures of you guys today. I swear to God, those are so cool. I was like, those right there, she will treasure forever. Forever and ever. Those are good pictures.
She made a little appearance on the last show, remember that?
Yeah, she did. She made a little cameo.
Yeah.
She gonna be something else. I hope you know that.
Oh yeah, I'm already dealing with that attitude, man. She's 9 going on 36. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, I got a 12-year-old thinks he's my dad. He thinks he's 40 years old, and he's like, excuse me, I've been trying to call you for like 30 minutes. Why have you not picked up your phone? And you were supposed to be home like an hour ago. And I'm like, okay, Dad, chill out, dude.
And I love that, man, because, I mean, that's pretty much how I am, too. Everybody who knows me knows that, you know. So I think that's why me and Chip, kind of clicked so well, when I did meet him. So, yeah, nothing but good time. But met a whole lot of good people, A lot of good people.
Yeah, exactly. And, speaking of the Shadows on 66, we really don't have a lot of detail right now, but I know that you and I want to go check out the Bordello. The Bordello in Galena, Kansas, which is what, the thing is, I showed you pictures and you're going, dude, that place is freaking awesome. The pictures actually do it no justice. And people, like, I think Russ had 38 people there for the full moon investigation. Of course, I know we had to rotate people in and out, but I can't wait for you to go to the Bordello and see, first off, how cool the townspeople are. Second off, just how awesome and beautiful the actual Bordello is. And then third, because I know you are like me, you like to actually investigate alone. So I can't wait to see you being male, what you can pick up in there, because it's going to be pretty cool. So that thing is what I'm looking most forward to, as far as you and I investigating, is the Bordello together. And to the subject of you investigating together, tell us why you, from your perspective, like to do that, as opposed to being with 5 or 6 other people in the room.
Honestly, I mean, I feel personally that if you have a bunch of people in a room,